to Kenny. Students in the Diocese of Brooklyn are back in school, and at Fontbon Hall Academy in Bay Ridge, the girls started their year by stepping back in time. The school is undergoing renovations, building a new entrance that highlights its long and interesting history. Currents News' Katie Vasquez explains.
Out with the old door.
Good morning, welcome to Fontbon.
And in with the new. The face of Fontbon Hall Academy is getting a new look, all thanks to the Sisters of St. Joseph. The congregation of nuns who run the Bay Ridge School helped to fund the renovations, hoping to change an almost century-long habit of students entering through the back door.
It's a little bit like using the door at the mudroom when you have a front door.
The school installed a new glass door, large storefront windows, and a small garden around their statue of St. Joseph. Features the director of facilities, Sister Maria Pascuzzi, says calls back to the building's glamorous past.
It returns the school to a kind of air of elegance and beauty.
The building is one of the few Gilded Age mansions left in Brooklyn. It was built in the 1880s by American businessman Diamond Jim Brady, who shared it with a big name in Hollywood.
Miss Lillian Russell, a famous actress, and the legend was that she was here in this house and remained using this house until after he died.
The sisters bought the building in 1937, deciding to turn it into the all-girls school that stands there today. The renovation is a celebration of the school's past, and, as Principal Rocco Gentili explains, a way to keep the historic building preserved.
Those shingles, some of them were coming loose and posed a potential risk.
Now, as students return to their classes, they have a new sense of school spirit.
When I first saw it, I thought it was beautiful. It feels like a school entrance, like you're walking into the building and you just feel like, oh, this is home.
That continues the school's tradition of 85 years of education.
It all looks new, but the spirit is still there.
In Bay Ridge, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
Students across Brooklyn and Queens are getting used to their new classrooms and schedules. The superintendent of schools, Deacon Kevin McCormack, said this is his favorite time of the year.
Can you believe the summer's over? I know I can't, but I have to tell you, I'm thrilled it's over because this is my favorite time of year. People around me really don't like me very much right now because I keep singing that song. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Quite a singer. Deacon Mack went on to joke he's entering his 58th grade and remembered his traditions for the first day of school, which included that iconic first day photo. The Vatican has made a new discovery on how Catholics helped the Jewish people during World War II. The Pontifical Biblical Institute revealed the never-before-seen documents, which included a list of dozens of religious congregations that provided refuge to the Jewish people. The papers also reveal the stories of more than 3,000 Jews fleeing from the Nazis, where they were hidden and their lives before the persecution. The Vatican is just days away from beatifying an entire family who was killed for hiding Jewish people during the war. In March of 1944, Nazis raided the home of Joseph and Victoria Oma in southeast Poland, where they discovered 8 Jews taking refuge on their farm. The Nazis shot the Polish couple and their 7 children. The youngest, Polish bishops say, will be the first unborn baby to be beatified. The national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux, John Lavenberg, was in Poland as the country prepares for that beatification. He joins us now in Rome to tell us more about it. Hi, John.
Hi, Christine.
So, John, you were in Markova, the small village where the Oma family is from. It's got a population of about 4,000 people, but some 32,000 are registered to attend the beatification this weekend. So tell us, how is the village preparing?
That's exactly right, Christine. And the scale of this event and the size of the village really puts into perspective how difficult this will be to pull off. But as we speak right now, they're finalizing preparations. There's a soccer field about 1.5 miles from the Oma family home, and about a half a mile or so, maybe less, from their gravesite that they're turning into a huge setup for this event. So right now, there's all this construction going on, working around the clock to try and get this set.
Yeah, and apparently there are still deep connections to the Oma family in Markova. What did you hear from the people there? You know, how do they feel about the beatification?
You know, the inspiring thing about Markova, when you talk about the Oma family, it goes back much further than 2003 when this beatification process was started. It's something they were always proud of within their homes, within their families. It's something they always passed down. Many of them have deep personal connections to the Oma family. And as one woman puts it, who works for the parish and was actually my tour guide, taking me to these different sites related to the Oma family, the gravesite in particular, it's just special to them. It's a place they always go to pray, and it's a place, a source of hope for them and a source of inspiration. And that's kind of a small insight into just how much this really means for them.
And as we mentioned, this beatification is unique because Polish bishops say it'll be the first time an unborn baby will be beatified. Explain that situation more to us. How can the Vatican beatify an unborn child?
Yeah, so Christine, this is actually something the Vatican commented on itself this week, and they kind of dispelled the notion that it's the first time that an unborn child would be beatified. What they said was that the mother, as she was killed, she actually gave birth because of how late she was in her pregnancy. And as far as that works with the beatification and actually the baptism of the child, they said the following. They said the Church has always held the firm conviction that those who suffer death for the sake of faith without having received baptism are baptized by their death. So essentially what they're saying is that this unborn child, this unnamed child, was baptized by the fact that it was killed and martyred, and that's how they're going to approach it. But two things still remain true in that: one, it is the first time that a whole family will be beatified, and that two, this unnamed child, along with the entire family, will live on for a long time and be an inspiration for Catholics all over the world.
And John, before we go, we have a surprise for you. We purchased a photo, and it hasn't come in yet, but here's the proof. You had a meeting with Pope Francis. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so I had the privilege yesterday to have a special ticket to the Pope Francis general audience, where at the end I was able to shake his hand and have a few seconds with him. I basically just offered my prayers for him, and he gave me a smile back, and then he kept going down to the other people. But it was a very special moment, and one I'll certainly never forget.
So exciting. All right, John Lavenberg, the national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Christine. To read more about John's reporting on the Oma family and the latest on the beatification, just go to thetablet.org. And that is this current news update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.